What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Invest Daily. I hope everybody's having a blessed and wonderful day out there. That's right. I know a lot of people are looking right now. Yes, we're going to talk about Dream Book TCG. So go ahead and lay out the context, right? I'm not here to defame anybody, belittle anybody, bring down Dream Book TCG, start a smear campaign. None of that is my direction. That is not what I am trying to do. This is just my opinion, right? An opinion is subjective. A lot of people have different opinions. I'm going to go ahead and lay out some of the things I have seen, and I'm going to go ahead and just discuss this, right? If you want to put a comment, if you want to talk about it, that's fine, right? I'm trying to be respectful about this. So if you have some comments, you don't have to blow it up and curse on Dream Book and everything like that. But this is my opinion, right? So let's go ahead and look at it. Now, when I talk about things, it's basically to go ahead and run down the analysis and what it looks like to me, looking from the outside in, right? And with something like Maelstrom, people are going to have questions, right? There's a lot of indie TCGs out there. 99.9% of them are not going to make it. They are not going to last. Every one of them is not going to be MetaZoo. And we still don't even know if MetaZoo is going to last long term, even though I hope that it does. But it also has a real strong marketing team. And most of these indie TCGs don't have anything, right? They don't have money for artists. They don't have money for anything. So you can go ahead and create your servers, your Discords, your podcasts, your YouTube channels, garner some fans, go ahead and grow about 500,000 on Kickstarter, and it can still go bust, right? Because things are expensive. Production is expensive. Marketing, PR, all that stuff is very expensive. And a lot of these companies are going to run out of money. A lot of them I did not look deeply into. I've heard about things like Polywog. I didn't back things like D-Spirits. This is not hate on any of those games, because on the outside, looking at something like D-Spirits, I've seen really, really great artwork, and I've seen a lot of thought put behind the card game. But I haven't seen a lot lately, right? I don't see a lot of expanding going on for games like that. So if a game like that is going bust right now at the moment, then what would I think for these other 30, 50 indie TCGs? And in my thought process, it's not really good, right? So let's go ahead and look at the first thing. I'm looking at Dream Book TCG, and I'm looking on eBay.com, and the first thing I see is 133 results. It's not a lot, right? And the cards are not really high in price. They're pretty cheap. And that's understandable, right? It's a pretty new game, but this game has been out for about a year, so it hasn't done much. It's starting to do a Kickstarter right now. It's been out for like a year. Not a lot has happened. Not a lot of movement. Now, moving over to this right here, I'm looking at this Voodoo Doll. This Voodoo Doll is actually a Dream Book card, right? And you can see it right here. Dream Book TCG Alpha Rupert, 1 of 40 print run cards, 17 of 31 for $40. And go ahead and commit this to memory. I'm not going to say a lot about it, except for you can Google how to draw a Voodoo Doll. Really easy drawing tutorial. I don't see a lot of originality, right? I don't know if this image is copyrighted or not. When you look at it, there is no distinguishable difference. The posture, the slouch, I mean, everything, the eyes, the strings, everything on this Voodoo Doll is the exact same. There is no originality. It's a rip, right? It's a rip from this Google image right here. So moving over to this is the sales, right? So you have 161 sales for Dream Book. The prices are not too high. Most of them up here up top says best offer accepted, so they sold cheaper than this. And then moving on down, you don't see a lot of high prices. You see 450 non-hollow Dream Book cards sold for only $140. This was on July 24th. Of course, there's going to be more sales right now because the Kickstarter is ongoing. This Captain Karen, this is one of the cards that is up in question right now. So, of course, it went for one of the highest prices, right? Because it is an original card, back 1 of 40, print run 2 of 31. And this is a Dream Book TCG Alpha card. So there was a lot of hype around this card, but there's a lot of drama going on for this card right now. Now, moving over to 130point.com, we can see what the prices actually are, what these cards sold for. We see 120 results, which is not a lot of results at all, because bear in mind, Gold Drop is their store, right? Sells their cards on eBay and stuff like that as well. So a lot of these could be from their store alone, not from really resellers and stuff like that. And a lot of people actually buying these cards. Now, there are a lot of people backing the project right now. I would say roughly 200 people. But when you have $140,000 to $60,000, that's roughly about $800-900 a piece, averaged out who is backing the project, which to me is quite a lot, especially for only 200 people. That's a good way to get burned, right? I'm not saying that they won't expand and be successful in the future. I really don't know. I have no ill intent, no harm towards Dream Book TCG, but 200 backers is not a lot. when you look at this, you do not see a lot of high prices, right? There's a lot of really cheap stuff in here, 13 bucks, 20 bucks, 13, 20, 100 right here, which is the Captain Karen we just talked about. Now, moving over to the Princess of Flames, Phil talked about this. They listed a $20,000 card, which is hilarious. I don't know why you would do that, because this card, if it were to sell for $20,000, I'll go ahead and post a card of my own. 101 DSG 10 Dream Book TCG. Now, he said he did not expect this card to actually sell. This is one of their more rare cards, and it's a 101. So he put it up there, and he said if it sells nice, we can go ahead and use it to fund the Kickstarter. But to me, there's not a lot of information about this card. You put Princess of Flames, Alpha Black Border 101 DSG, and that's basically it, right? And you put a $20,000 price tag, and being sold by Gold Drop Collectibles. Now, moving over to their store right here, this is Gold Drop Collectibles. You can look at the beginning right here where they weren't really selling Dream Book except, I think, right down here, right? But they don't really have any likes on their post. They have 12 likes. Most of it is like that, right? 0 comments, 1 comment. Beginning, they were selling things like Pokemon. You have the gym set. You have the Evolving Skies, the MetaZoo, the Marnie box. And, of course, we started to transition to all Dream Book. And it still has 11 likes, right? 2 comments, 11 likes, 2 comments, 11 likes, and 5 comments. So not a lot going on here. Let's go ahead and look at some of the likes and stuff. Dream Book TCG and Gold Drop. So, I mean, they're liking their own posts, right? They're liking their own stuff. Not a lot going on here. We'll go ahead and move over to Dream Book TCG's official Instagram right here. We have 500 posts. We have 2,601 followers, and we have 5,732 people they're following. So we see how they got their followers. Not going to say a lot about that. Their card shop, it's very clear right here. It says Gold Drop. You can click it. It's going to take you directly back to Gold Drop Collectibles for the eBay as well. That is their eBay card shop. And then moving on down, you don't have a high abundance of likes on here as well. I mean, 79 likes is not bad, but for a game that's trying to establish their existence, it's not a lot. And you have 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments. If people really care about this game, why are you not getting on their Instagram and commenting on their post, right? You're not commenting. You got 4 comments, 2 comments, right? This was posted just recently, 22 hours ago, and you have nothing. You have 2 comments. So moving over to Ted's Basement, I'm not going to say a lot about this because, look, I'm not trying to start any confrontation. I had a lot of respect for Ted, right? He started out as what, Little Timmy or Timmy's Basement or something, a podcaster, a YouTuber. But lately, I really feel like his agenda is pumping Dream Book. And I see a lot of Dream Book posts going on here. I mean, he's fighting and trying to protect Dream Book and the server. One person asked, is this a TED server or is this a Dream Book server? A little much, because your whole thing is revolving around Dream Book now. You're rocking the shirt and you said you're not biased towards Dream Book, right? But when I'm sitting here looking at Dogman of Ted's Basement promo card from Dream Book to Ted, I mean, I don't know if you're getting paid by them or not, but it's obvious you have some sort of strong relationship or partnership going on, and you have a reason to protect them or to hope that it pumps up and it succeeds, right? That's what I see. And you can go ahead and dispute that, see the video, and speak your piece. I don't really care what you say. That's just my opinion, and that's how it looks to me, right? And I didn't see the sale. I didn't see the card listed, but I know Refractor Line referenced that you had this card listed for $300. Now, recently, I saw you mention that you would be selling this card or giving it away or something like that, and you would be signing it. But if you're putting up this card for like $300 and you're signing the card, I mean, we're not big YouTubers, right? Like, I'm pretty sure nobody really cares about my signature, especially at $300. That's a little pricey. And then moving over to the Kickstarter is currently down for privacy. Phil said the reason was because somebody referenced art that he is trying to take down to appease people who are very upset and up in arms about the copied artwork. And we'll go ahead and move over really quickly to some of the copied artwork that we saw. And this goes back to me saying, look, I don't know if he purchased any of this. I'm not going to dig into it because I don't care enough, right? I'm not going to look and see if he asked permission. But what I can tell, like I said before, is it really lacks originality. I don't see any artistic ability. You have 4 cards here. They keep popping up more and more. And you have Flutterby, which is from Pinterest. It's an identical photo, right? It's an identical photo. You have Captain Karen. You say that you sketched this So obviously, if you drew this side by side, you have some sort of artistic ability, but you didn't change the posture, the pose, the colors, the hat. You didn't change the flow of the hair really that much. You didn't really change anything. So there is no originality. So that really scares me what the future holds for a TCG that basically is just ripping art from the internet. You have Natalia, same thing, right? Same pose, same dress, everything looks the same. The voodoo doll, we already looked at it. I mean, it's identical, right? You slap a D and a B on it and you call it yours. And we'll go back to referenced art. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to say referencing art is right or wrong. I have no idea, right? But my belief is it's wrong. I think it's wrong because if I were to sit here and sketch a Charizard and it looked identical and I try to sell it, I'm pretty sure Pokemon is going to come after me, right? They're going to come after me. And it says right here, can I use a copyrighted image if I reference it? Citing an image has nothing to do with fair use. Providing attribution for an artist or linking to an image offers you no protection against copyright infringement. It only helps you avoid plagiarism. It says, can artists use referenced pictures? When an artist uses a photograph for reference, the painting or artwork is called a derivative work. While the artist can maintain some ownership over their own work, they first need permission from the original photographer to use the photo or reference. So this is a very murky area, right? Very murky. I mean, my opinion is it's cut and dry. I wouldn't do it. And I don't think the issue is that you're backtracking and taking all of the cards down. I think the problem at hand is that you sold a lot of them, right? You sold them, and now you're not even giving a public apology. You're basically backstepping and saying that you referenced the artwork, it's not a big deal. You don't see any issue with that, and you sketched it. It's not the same, right? You didn't rip the artwork straight, copy, paste, and use it, but it looks identical. So these are just my opinions. Like I said, I'm not here to skew anybody's belief. I'm not trying to pull anybody away from Dream Book. I know that some people really like the game, right? They really get on TTS, Tabletop Simulator, play the game. You might really like the cards, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is just be very careful, right? With Maelstrom blowing up, a lot of us expected that to happen, and there was still a lot of us that didn't. There's a lot of TCGs out there that is amazing. I mean, at least from the artwork, and they have already failed. So be very cautious with your money. Be very cautious where you're slapping a lot of money around, hoping to get some money back, because you could lose it all, right? So I hope you all the best. I hope that you get all of the cards that you could dream for. I hope that you don't take any kind of negative energy from this video, that it's just my opinion, right? My subjective opinion is not meant to skew or to be rebellious. I'm not here to hurt anybody or go after anybody. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say on this. I pretty much feel like I've spoken my piece. So I hope y'all can accept that. And I'll see y'all soon with another video, and I'll see y'all later. Out.